Sister Wives Kody Brown reveals this is the end. Kody Brown is now revealing that this is the end in the mid-season trailer of Sister Wives. He has finally watched Meri Brown leave and move to her B&B in Utah. Now it is officially just him and Robyn Brown. Yet, there are more changes afoot and it may be too much for him to take. Keep reading for more details. Kody Brown reveals this is the end. After Meri Brown officially shared she was leaving Flagstaff for Utah, Kody Brown knew it was over for them. He had long said they were done, but it appeared he did not think she would actually up and go. More so, he claimed he had an obligation to his wives, therefore he would stay married as long as they were around. Furthermore, Janelle Brown shared she did not care to reconcile, which was hard for him to comprehend. Finally, his former third wife, Cristin Brown Woolley, not only moved to Utah, but she met someone and is now engaged. This means that his plural family and all of his polygamous dreams have officially been shattered. In the mid-season trailer, Kody can be seen aggressively chopping down a tree. He does so in a way that scares Robyn, who he is later talking to about whether or not this life is enough. She says that this is not what she wanted. Kody is also freaking out over the fact Janelle is now moving to North Carolina and he was not informed. To him, he believes he was not meant to find out, which is true. All of this is happening around him and he has no control. His ex-wives also wanted their stake in Coyote Pass, which he now decides he does not want to give up. As he and Robyn's 5 kids are grilling on the land, he sees all of his dreams shattered. That is when Kody Brown says this is the end. However, he does not specify what that means. Is it the end of his dreams? The official end to the plural family? Moving on from CP? Fans react to what's next. After seeing this, are Sister Wives fans shocked at Kody Brown's reaction? It seems he is always a catastrophist, so this is normal behavior for him. Robyn coming into this family was the beginning of the end. End of the family and needs to be end of the show. How long must we all listen to Kody whine about his marriage? You messed up, live and learn from it. Essentially, fans are sick of Kody complaining constantly about the failings of the family when they feel it was all his doing. They will just have to wait and see if he cracks or keeps it together. This is the end, Kody Brown's revelation. The crisp Arizona air carried a sullen weight as the last rays of sunlight slipped behind the red cliffs of Flagstaff. Kody Brown, patriarch of what had once been a robust plural family, stood alone on the expansive front porch of his home. His lion's mane of curls was less golden than it used to be, streaked now with gray that seemed to mirror the weariness in his eyes. In his hand, he clutched a steaming mug of coffee, a habit he had recently picked up, much to the dismay of his remaining allies. Inside, the house was eerily quiet, a stark contrast to the chaotic noise that once defined his life. It was the kind of quiet that amplifies every thought, every regret, every haunting echo of the past. Kody took a long sip, his brow furrowing as if the bitterness of the coffee mirrored the bitterness of his revelation. This is the end, he muttered under his breath. The words tasted foreign, even as he said them again, louder this time. This is the end. The fractured beginning of the end. Cristin had been the first to leave, and her departure had torn through the family like a lightning bolt. When she packed her bags and drove away to Utah, she wasn't just leaving Kody. She was leaving the plural lifestyle that had defined them all. Her newfound happiness with David Woolley, her glowing smile, and her blossoming independence were constant reminders of what Kody had lost. Next was Janelle. Though she was quieter about her departure, it was no less impactful. Kody had underestimated her resolve, thinking that Janelle's pragmatic nature would tether her to the family. But she had been clear, her children came first, and Kody's increasingly authoritarian approach to family matters had driven a wedge between them that no number of family meetings could repair. Meri stayed for a time, holding onto what little remained of the dream they had built decades ago. But Kody couldn't meet her halfway. Their relationship, already on life support, crumbled under the weight of neglect and mistrust. Even Meri, who had once championed the Brown family's unity above all else, had finally walked away. Now it was just him and Robyn. Robyn, whose tears seemed endless, whose sadness mirrored Kody's own. But even she wasn't enough to fill the void. A meeting with ghosts. That evening, Kody summoned his remaining children for a meeting. Only a handful showed up, some out of obligation, others out of curiosity. "I wanted to talk to you all," Kody began, his voice uncharacteristically soft. The kids exchanged wary glances. "I know I've made mistakes, big ones. I thought I could hold this family together, but maybe I wasn't meant to. Gabriel crossed his arms, his expression a mix of defiance and disbelief. You're just now realizing that. He shot back, his words cutting through the room like a blade. Savannah, seated next to her brother, tried to mediate. Gabe, let him speak. Cody took a deep breath. I've spent so much time blaming others, Cristin, Janelle, even your mom, Savannah, but the truth is, I've been blind. Blind to your needs, blind to your pain. Robin, sitting in the corner with tear-streaked cheeks, looked at Cody as though he were baring his soul for the first time. Are you saying you regret the lifestyle? Gwendolyn asked pointedly. Cody hesitated. I don't regret it, not entirely. There were good times, great times. But maybe I held on too tightly to an ideal that wasn't sustainable. Maybe I hurt people in the process. Maybe, Gabriel scoffed. Cody winced but didn't retaliate. For once, he just listened as his children voiced their frustrations, their hurts, their grievances. And as they spoke, he felt the weight of his failures press heavier on his chest. Robin's plea. Later that night, Robin found Cody in the kitchen, staring blankly at a pot of boiling water. You can't just give up, she whispered, her voice trembling. I'm not giving up, he replied, though his tone suggested otherwise. I'm acknowledging reality. This family is broken, Robin, and I don't think it can be fixed. Robin stepped closer, her hands clasped tightly together. But we can rebuild. Start over. Isn't that what our faith teaches us? Redemption, renewal. Cody looked at her, his eyes red-rimmed and tired. It's not just about faith, Robin. It's about trust, and I've lost that, with the kids, with the other wives, with everyone. You haven't lost me, she said firmly. For a moment, her determination seemed to spark something in him. But then he shook his head. You're the last one standing, Robin, and I don't want to drag you down with me. The final announcement. The next morning, Cody filmed a video for the family's shared group chat. It was a somber message, one that he rewrote and re-recorded several times before sending. To my family, he began, I've come to a decision. I spent my life trying to hold us together, trying to be the leader I thought I was supposed to be. But I see now that I've done more harm than good. This is the end of the Brown family as we know it. I can't keep pretending that we're something we're not. Each of you deserves happiness, freedom, and love, whether that's with me or without me. I'm sorry for the pain I've caused. I hope someday you can forgive me. Moving forward. In the weeks that followed, Cody sold the large family home in Flagstaff and moved into a smaller, more modest place on the outskirts of town. He took up gardening, something he had always dismissed as too solitary for his liking. Cristin thrived in Utah with David by her side, her laughter echoing through her social media posts. Janelle traveled more, often visiting Maddie and her grandchildren. Mary bought a historic inn in Parowan, throwing herself into her passion for hospitality. And Robin, she stayed, not out of obligation, but because she still believed in Kody, even when he no longer believed in himself. Together, they began a quieter chapter, one of reflection, of healing, of figuring out who they were without the weight of a plural marriage to define them. This isn't the end of everything, Robin told him one evening as they sat on the porch, watching the stars. It's just the end of what was. Maybe what's next will surprise us. Cody didn't reply, but for the first time in a long while, he allowed himself to hope she was right.